Thank you for joining us on air and online. New Jersey's in line for hundreds of billions of federal dollars to fix aging airports, roads, and rail lines, and water systems, too. But there's a catch. The proposal from House Democrats in this election year could be dead in the water before it ever gets off the drawing board. Senior correspondent Brenda Flanagan got a look at it.
It could be new trains, for our railroads. It obviously would be the Gateway Tunnel.
In fact, Congressman Frank Pallone says New Jersey could benefit from renewed highways, bridges, tunnels, and more. Significant upgrades all listed in the Democrats' latest proposal to spend $760 billion on America's crumbling infrastructure. It's been an elusive bipartisan goal since Donald Trump's election. 2 years ago, he declared.
As we rebuild our industries, it is also time to rebuild our crumbling infrastructure.
But so far, toxic politics have poisoned any bipartisan plans to rebuild America's infrastructure, particularly after Congress launched multiple investigations of the president.
We believe that no one is above the law, including the President of the United States.
You know what? You can't do it under these circumstances. So get these phony investigations over with.
1 month he wants to do it, the next month he doesn't. At some point about 6 months ago, he said, I want a $2 trillion program, and then he backed off. So, I think that there's a realization on the part of Democrats and Republicans that this needs to be done, but we want to do it this year.
Pallone gathered with officials in Woodbridge to outline how the moving forward framework would make a difference, investing $760 billion over 5 years, including $329 billion for highways, $105 billion for transit, $55 billion for railroads, $34.3 billion for clean energy, and billions more for clean water and better communications. Woodbridge's fire chief says the 911 network desperately needs an upgrade.
And we have had fires in the Seawarren section of the township where when they've called 911, they've ended up on in Staten Island.
Jersey's also increasingly storm-battered and flood-prone. Water mains burst, sewage overflows, climate change threatens to drown shore homes.
In this bill, from what I've seen, invests billions of dollars nationwide to combat flooding and to update wastewater management systems. This is something that we direly need here in New Jersey.
The state can't do it alone. We don't, we don't have the money. We're broke. We all know that. We've had mismanagement and wasted money for decades, and it's coming home to roost.
Does this have a snowball's chance in wherever?
I don't know that in its current form it does, but I think, to the congressman's point, I think it is a bipartisan issue. People really do agree. It's just a matter of the political will.
The bill is still being drafted. Where's the money going to come from? That's still a work in progress. In Woodbridge, I'm Brenda Flanagan, NJTV News.